All right, my boy has got me playing this weird game. So this is going to be how I get on. I got on the leaderboard. It says leaderboard up in the top right hand corner. I got to number 1 on that on my last game. So I thought I'd record this so my boy could be proud. Weird game. It's like, remember the old snake on the. Now look, guys, just let you know I'm 44, right? I shouldn't be playing this stupid game. More than addictive. You remember the old snake on the old Nokia? See, you young pups are sitting there saying, "What's snake?" And us oldies are saying, "Oh, is that weird game that was on my old phone that I had when I was 20?" Yes, it is. That's what it's based on. The more of these little things you eat, the better. A couple of differences in snake. Remember, you couldn't eat your own body in snake. Well, in this, you can loop back on yourself. But the other same principles are the same. See that dude just hit my body? That means he died, and you get to eat all his body remains and it's a good thing now. That's why I'm now up to 600. To get on the leaderboard, you got to be about 15,000 or something, which is what I was before when I wasn't recording. So typical, probably have my best game ever, and you want to just stay away from these big ones because they can literally surround you and murder you. So I'm going to just stop playing with that dude. Now I push the button to go a bit faster, right, to get away from that big dude. What that means is you lose your length kind of thing. You lose your buttons. So if you just held it on and went really fast the whole time, you'd shrink. All right. I'm sure there are some jokes to be made about this when you hold your finger on the button, how you lose size of your worm and all that. I'm sure there's gags galore. If I was funnier, I'd come up with them, but I'm not. So there we go. I kind of like, I'm a pacifist slitherer. I sit there and I just do this. Some of these guys get real aggressive and they get circles around you. I'll show you a few of the tactics if ever they present themselves. That when you get a bit of size about you, see you can get these little ones, and if he doesn't run away, which he probably is, you can see if you imagine if you get them in the circle, they're gone. So that's what you see a little bit of. And it's almost like a little bit of Tron action too. You remember Tron, the movie? How you go beside and all that, and you cut them off, and yeah. So there's all of that action going on, and you don't want to just pick on the little guys because we all start. Well, then the little guy, he's coming to have a go at me, Jesus. Because if he jags it and he destroys me, then if he's quick, he can get to eat all of my remains, and little guy becomes big guy. So. See the little map bottom right hand corner that shows the closer you are to the center, the more action goes on, so you can eat more dead guys, but increase your chance of death too. So I like pacifist. I'm a pacifist slitherer. See, I just slither around. See, there's a dead guy, and then as soon as there's dead guys, the guys come all over to eat the bits. So so it's again, you're risking a lot playing in that world, especially if you're invested the few minutes we've invested. Some of these guys must sit on this for hours and just play the numbers, and who knows. But see, I'm being a bit of a pacifist this game, probably because I know it's recording and I don't want to die. Whereas when I did do some circles around some people and destroyed a bunch of them when I got on the leaderboard last game. So this guy, if he goes around and gets in front of me like he almost did, you see that he would have killed me, and then he would have been able to have the opportunity. John Cena's there. There you go, John. Good to see you, John. It's good to see WWE champion John Cena is sitting there having a bash. Let's go mess with John Cena, eh? See, John Cena's messing with that big dude. That's crazy. There you go, John Cena. You're about to get stuck. Oh, John Cena's John Cena nearly killed me, but I ended up killing John Cena. Oh, that's funny. I still want to get out closer to the edge for the pacifist worms among us. Oh, there's someone else who died. So I'm going to get some of that. See how I invested a little bit of the speed in order to get that, but I just go in, eat a little bit, then I get away. Oh, that little dude nearly got me. There you go. See, I took my eyes off the prize, worried too much about John Cena. I'm going to head out towards the edge. See, not much action out towards the edge, just little dudes like that. And one of these days, if he comes a bit closer, I will show you how the circling works. Oh, I'm not going to do that. But I almost could have there. Another technique is you can just go along yourself for safety, because if he hits me, which he did, he'll die. And then you get his remains. So there you go. Not on the leaderboard yet, nowhere near it. I'm at 3,000. Oh, that guy just ran into me, so he obviously, I don't know, maybe he is taking pity on me, knowing he's filming, knowing I'm filming. Uh, Funny game, isn't it? You guys who know me are sitting there going, why are you wasting your time on this Twitter? Well, there you go. See, I'm not just a workaholic. My boy got me addicted on this game. I am doing well enough that I won't be playing again. I see some of these guys just sit there and record hours of this stuff. So I'm just recording one to give my boy a hint that his dad. Now, when you get towards the edge, sit down on the map. It's looking like I'm getting towards the edge. There is an edge, and it's red, and if you hit the red, you die. So I am now out on the fringes, and I don't think a lot of action happens out in the fringes, so I'm led to believe. All the action's towards the center. So for the pacifist, like me, I can just sit there. Although this big dude, see, look, he's big. He's probably one of the leaderboards there. Yeah, so see that? He was trying to get away and he couldn't have. So that's how it works. Size matters. So you do, another one of those gags. So you do, what's the word? You do play it safe, get some size, and then you can utilize that size. But I tell you, I've been killed by the tiniest of little dudes. So don't let, big make you think you're the be all and end all. Always bigger worm out there in the pond, and there's one. He thinks he's messing around with me. Look at that little dude. What's he doing? Oh, let's just go back around. Bit of safety here. See that little dude? He's almost going to get me. Don't know what happened there. I think he just ate up into the realm. A bit more action out by the fringe here. I thought it was all empty out by the fringe here. Don't know what these moving ones are. Don't know if they're worth more. There you go. It went to the edge, so I missed it. So I'm at 3,800. Nowhere near the leaderboard. Leaderboard, you got to be, well, number one's 20,000. I was number one before. Wish I was recording that one. So what happens there, when you do, remember I said you push a button, you go fast. This is a trail from someone who pushed the button and went fast. So this guy doesn't seem to be moving much. He's going out towards the fringe. So we'll just see if he's going to, he looks like a bit of a size that he doesn't pose much of a threat, although, like I said, you could never tell. He was, there you go. You don't leave bits. There you go. That answers a little trivia question. They don't leave bits when there you go. So see, I've got him encircled now. Most of the time you win then, but occasionally they can whop you if they get real lucky. So the trick is now is eventually he'll hit the body and he'll be gone. There we go. So now we get all his bits. Look at that. It's kind of a bit of a cannibalistic game. I don't know if I I like the thing. And here's your biggest problem is lag because it's massive. Every one of these things is an actual person somewhere playing in the world, and so lag is just as big an enemy as other worms. We're up to 4-8 now. But again, for a pacifist worm, I mean, that's the thing. Some of these slither purists will be sitting there saying that I'm a big wuss and all that. Well, I got to number one, you big wusses. So, and they're probably right. I am a big wuss because I don't want to waste all this time. I'm probably playing too small a game. It probably says a lot about my psychology that I'm playing not to lose instead of playing to win. So I think it's time to go on the search for some action now that I've played out on the perimeter for a little while. Got some size. See, that one's even bigger than me. So they glow when they there we go. I'm going to get a little bit of that's dead remains. Oh, and that big one died. So look at that. So I got some big leaderboard action with that death. Oh, and I got him. I thought that was head to head. I'd equally deserve to die then as much as he did. Lots of action going on out here on the borderlands, or whatever they might call it, on the prairie. I'm at 10,000 now. I'll be bordering on top 10 soon if I play my cards right and this little dude doesn't destroy me. And then we'll see Glenn Twiddle over there in the leaderboard on the top 10 soon. Well, if this big giant dude doesn't get me either, have a look at that one. And you when they're glowing, that means they're spending their length with the button going fast. So silly looking game it is. Look at me being a little wuss getting these little things instead of engaging. Anyway, see, I get wussier the longer I go. Now, I reckon one more big dude that I can either get or that I just find. Oh, I'm number 11. There you go, number 12. So I'm in the hunt now for top 10. So I will probably get wussier now. You get a little less maneuverable, although you've still got your boost button. But I reckon if one more of the big ones gets done over, I'll sneak into the top 10. But you can't afford to just wait for them to die, because you do have to actually get the benefits of. So I'm going to head a little closer in, see if there's a bit more action. There's a big one. That's about the same size as me. So he's top 10-ish. Let's see where he's going. Is he looping? What's he doing? Isn't this the weirdest game? Look, he's going for speed. So while he's going for speed, I'll mess around there. Eat his poo that he's leaving behind. There you go. My kids have a fecophilia thing going on. They love the poo. Everything poo is fun. Is he just going to run into me? Okay, there we go. We have cracked top 10. Look at that. The one go I've got the record button on, and we've cracked top 10. My kids will be proud, I think. Their old man is top 10, although I'm no Jacksepticeye, I'm no Pewds, although I did see one of them, Sloggo Man or something, one of them playing. Although I did destroy John Cena. You've got to be proud of that. Number 9, look at that. I want to head back out to the perimeter and protect the lead I've got, just chip away at it. Oh, look at that. That guy's blocking me from the perimeter because I don't think there's safe. Oh, I had a theory about this. It's funny, it gets into your head. I had a theory that if you just keep circling back on yourself, that you'll be pretty well protected. If you just keep doing spirals, using your own tail as protection. You could delve out to do a little bit of, maintenance, and then you sneak back into the comfort of your own protective tail. So I don't know if that's a good idea, but let's see. So first off, we'll stake a bit of it, get rid of all this stuff. Geez, it's riveting viewing. If you're still with me, I tell you, how can I make a payoff? What can I reward you guys with? I'll give a free book or something. There's someone died up there. Look at that. The ultimate in leeches is Glenn Twiddle. Look at that. Oh, look at that. We're racing. Oh, there you go. I made it to number 8, and that's going to be it for my recording of Slitherio. There you go. One for Calvin, Joel, Theo, and even little Lawrence had a go of Slitherio. See